Hi guys, welcome to Sleight of Hand with Jamie Matchett. I am Jamie. Today we're going to talk a little bit about misdirection, and I'm going to show you a cool little control that you can use anytime. A little update on myself. In my last cycle of chemo, starting to feel pretty shitty now, so I wanted to get this video out, recorded, before I really crash and burn. But thanks for checking out my channel. Hit like and subscribe. And I'll have lots of cool stuff coming your way as soon as I can get it out. Okay, so we're talking about misdirection. Probably one of the best times to use misdirection is on the offbeat, when something's not happening and you don't have the big stressor on what's going on in your hands. It's not the most important part. You're either talking about something and their attention is not immediately on what's going on. That's an offbeat version of misdirection. Misdirection can also be things like pointing, give you a reason to maybe put out the deck if you're doing a top change maybe or something like that. A lot of people think misdirection is getting people to not look, but that's not really what it is. Misdirection is controlling what your audience is looking at. For example, if something is floating through the air and you're not looking at it, the audience isn't going to look at it. They don't know. So you're telling your story, so you have to watch something float through the air from one hand to the other, and the audience is going to do the same thing. Also, what happens when somebody looks you in the eye? What do? You look them back in the eye. That's what happens. So when you look your audience in the eyes, you're going to take heat off what you might be doing, because they're going to look at you, look at your eyes, because you're looking there directly at them. So that's the best ways to really use misdirection is controlling what your audience looks at, and when they look at it, follow your story. And also a big part of misdirection is being yourself. If you're a little quirky or jokey and you like to tell little innuendo jokes in the middle of tricks, see a lot of guys do that, and it works really well and it disarms the audience. So that's just a little bit about misdirection and ways to use it. Just remember to be yourself, use the offbeat, and you'll be successful at it. So for a control, I wanted to teach you guys a good control, but I wasn't sure which one I wanted to show you. I saw somebody doing one where the card was in the middle like that, and they tilted backwards to show it, and in that motion slide all the cards back underneath. And it looks okay sometimes. It's a little sloppy, but this kind of accomplishes the same thing, but real nice and smooth. So the card goes in the middle like that. You push it in nice and square, and it is the top card. So whatever the card is, goes in the middle like that. You push it in with your index finger and square up the deck. It's on top. A little bit closer, see if you can see this better. Okay, so the selected card goes in the middle. Okay, you push it all the way in, and it's on top. You can accomplish this a few ways. What you're really doing is you're almost putting in a cop palm, except it's in your fingertips. When you go across, all you have to do is get a little piece of it as it buckles. You can see through my fingers here. I'm trying to show you here. You can see it's right there. Okay, so it comes all the way out. You have to move your middle finger out of the way, because otherwise you're going to have to leave the card sticking way out. And that looks kind of funny when you go to push it in all that way. So in about there, your middle finger just moves out of the way for it to grab. You push it in. You can actually probably use this as a color change too. So if you had the 7 on here, this one goes in the middle. You do that move, and it effectively does a color change. Also, what you can do, and I thought about this is kind of in the same way, but I realized you can use it a few different ways. If you have the selected card and you make a fan, if you put it in the fan, you can see that it doesn't line up quite like the other one. It's not in that fan shape. So when you close the fan, what happens is you get it sticks out a little bit. You can just grab that break and double undercut it to the bottom. But that's a cool little way, but that's not what I was going to show. what you can do is when you're putting it in that, you can actually just steal it out in a Tenkai. So that looks like this. So either way, you got a couple of cool little controls. It's always nice to have something different here and there. Just it seems simpler. You know, so many people, everybody's doing a pass. Always got to get that pass in there and show how good they can do that pass. But using a pass all the time is not even practical, really, because it gets, people are going to keep seeing you're doing the same thing over and over, and it just looks funny. I hardly ever try and do an invisible pass. When I use my pass, I'm usually using misdirection to give me cover, and I don't have to have an invisible fan. When I'm ready to do it, I do the move, and it's done. Even I do it right in front of people sometimes, and they don't even realize it. Where their card right here, and then I say, watch, let's go on top of there, and boom, the pass is done. But this is not a pass class. I'm just saying that it's nice to have something other than just doing a pass all the time. And I see them doing passes so often, especially videos on Reddit and YouTube, and everybody seems to like to use a pass. But you know what? There's some good ones out there, and you know, a pass doesn't. A pass is a magician thing in my mind. I'm not saying I don't use it. I do use it. I'm just, it's overvalued, I think. So, you know, get some other ones in there. Try it. See what works for you. Different tricks are heightened by some controls, especially like if you're doing a Hofzinser and you did that glide that I taught. That is a wonderful use of a control. So try that out. If you want some more specifics on some other controls, let me know. I'll post them for you if you want. But this was just one to get you kind of going a little bit and trying something new that's actually quite easy to get away with. So yeah, try it out. You can try it with different fingers if you want. I used to actually do it with my index and my middle finger, and it buckles like that, and you get more natural looking pinky and ring finger. But I found that you get more of showing you actually pushing it in the deck while you're squaring it that way. So you can do it either way, whatever you think looks good for you. But thanks for watching. Hit like and subscribe, help me out, and leave a comment if you have anything to say, and I'll answer any questions you have. And if you have any suggestions on things that you might want to see, let me know and I'll try and help you out. Thanks for watching Sleight of Hand with Jamie Matchett, and we'll see you again next week. Thanks, guys.